Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to my review of The Good Dinosaur. I've been meaning to watch this movie when it came out back in 2015, so long time now. So was it worth watching in the end? Yes and no. I will say right away that this is a beautiful film. There's some gorgeous scenes in this movie that still hold up really well today. The backgrounds look incredible. There are times when I forget I was watching an animated film because they look really that good. Just then the dinosaurs themselves and so on look very cartoony, which is just their style. It's not bad. It's not a bad way to go about it. It's just the style of the movie. But yeah, this movie looks amazing. Some scenes they do with fireflies look incredible. There are all kinds of bad weather, rain, snow, sandstorms and so on that look really amazing. 10 out of 10 for beauty of the film alone, in my opinion. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start with the plot. So the movie starts with a meteorite coming down towards Earth, and it misses it. I think basically it's an alternate timeline where the meteor doesn't hit. It's millions of years later and dinosaurs are still dinosaurs, but we see like two long-necked dinosaurs, I'll just call them that to keep it simple. They are building a farm, like taking a bunch of water into their mouth and then spurting it out across the crops, using like cutting up different logs and all this kind of stuff. Like that's like one example of how they sort of evolved to basically use what they have to farm and all this kind of stuff, you know. Like very early kind of caveman kind of stuff. It's an interesting concept for sure. It was kind of cool seeing like the way they would do things. So then the two we see have 3 kids, one of them being in like the biggest egg, but then he ends up being the tiniest dinosaur, and it is absolutely adorable. It is so cute. That whole scene where he appears is so adorable. It's absolutely adorable. So the story follows the little dinosaur named Arlo. I won't try to spoil it from here so much. I'll try and explain the film without spoiling the major things. So it will be basic. So his sister and brother have all proven themselves to their parents, but Arlo, the smallest dinosaur, hasn't done anything yet to really prove himself. So his dad has like a little talk with him, and it has like this really beautiful scene with these two that looks amazing as they show off like these cool little things they do with fireflies. And it's just really cool. It's a really beautiful scene. But yeah, his dad tells him a creature is taking food from a silo, so Arlo guards it and sets up a trap. The trap goes and traps a human child. He doesn't have intelligence. He's just like feral basically. But Arlo, being a good dinosaur, weak, have to say weak because they can't actually weak like this. Arlo ends up freeing him, and later on in the story, Arlo ends up being washed down the river nearby and ends up far away from home. And this is where he sees the human child again. So the human child ends up bringing him food for saving him. And so this is where our story begins. This is where the adventure starts, with these two and Arlo trying to find his way home with the little human helping him out, and then also trying to find his place in the world, kind of thing. Along the way, meeting all kinds of folks, strange, crazy, and some nice ones too. This is one of those films though that there isn't any real threat. You know what will happen in the end. He'll come home by facing his fears head on, which I guess is the message of the film, is just face your fears. So the main kind of joke of the movie is the human. He is pretty much a dog to a point Arlo calls him Spot. And the kid starts panting with his tongue hanging out and all that. It's a little silly. It's not something I liked. Like, it was fine and all. It's just little kids in animated movies. I'm just like, not my thing. But it wasn't too bad because he never talks in the end. And honestly, some good moments with them. Like an amazing part where they're talking about where Spot's family is and where Arlo's family is. But there's no talking. They do it by their actions and like whiting it out in the dirt and all this kind of stuff. And it's a really nice scene. It's a really good scene with these two. That's the thing with this movie. It has those kind of scenes in it where it's really good. Like, it makes you really feel in those moments. And I really appreciated it. I really did. You know, it's just the emotion of the characters that they're showing, and it works. The only problem with most of the film, like, it's well done. A lot of this film is well done, but also just feels like the movie plays it safe. It's a good family film. Just not much happens between those beautiful emotional scenes that make you feel excited or scared. Like, it does happen, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it just doesn't grip me in that kind of way. Like, that was like any real danger here. And maybe I think it's partly because of the goofy looking characters. Honestly, I feel like maybe that's a thing. Maybe, I don't know. It's weird. I think it's because you know the outcome of the film. You just know what will happen, because it's a film that's been done many times before. Boy gets lost, boy finds friend, both go on journey to go home, they find danger along the way, they grow as character, boy comes home. See what I mean? It's been done before, and that's the problem with the film, and why I say it plays it safe. It doesn't do anything new, but I still did enjoy it though. There are some really good emotional scenes, and some really good looking scenes as well, and I liked Arlo, and I did like the T-Rexes in the film as well. I kind of liked that whole part with them, because it was just kind of interesting, because they were another kind of farmer, but for meat instead of vegetables and such. And it was weird at first, but once you figure out what they are doing, it's like, ah, yeah, because they are evolved, and yeah, it was interesting. One thing I was worried about is Arlo, because he is so young in the film. I was worried it would get a little annoying following around someone so young, but it doesn't really hinder the film at all. I was pleasantly surprised by the way the film was, honestly, and that's why I'm going to give this movie a solid score of 6 out of 10 foxes. It's slightly above average. I enjoyed this film because I did like the emotional scenes and did tear up in the end, honestly, and I was happy that I watched it in the end. I did enjoy it, don't get me wrong. It is a good film. It just plays it safe, and you just know the outcome of it, basically, which is its problem, but not a bad film at all. Not a bad film at all. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, give it a like, and subscribe to my channel, because I'll love you if you do. And hit that bell icon to get notified to when I upload videos. And this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. Ow, ow.